Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, starting our second year here in the Madden booth. And here we go on EA Sports. Here's Bryce Oliver. He's brought down just inside the 25. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. Leading them out, the #1 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft out of Miami. It's Cam Ward.
Here's the moment this fan base has dreamt of since this pick was announced. Their #1 pick. Savior of the franchise. And in their offense in week 1. The expectations are sky high, maybe even unrealistic to a degree. But the future is undoubtedly bright with him right at the center of your team.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Ward. Escapes the pocket. Ridley makes the grab downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skids down inside the 35-yard line. First down now, ball at the 33. Flying the inside handoff to Pollard. They take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Titans have a first.
A gain of 14. First down, Tennessee.
Working inside the red zone. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. They've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Come on. Hey.
From the gun, they go with Pollard. He's right forward, halted after a couple of yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Broncos go with a dime look here on 3rd down.
Third down.
Third and long for him here. Tight end reels in the shallow zone. Looks great initially, but he is short on that first down marker. They rally to him in time to force the 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that. I promise you, some money will follow.
And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up for the 1st and goal. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Pollard on 1st and goal. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That run now has put them in such a great spot. Okay, you get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
19.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Sitting driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal. All right, got to get 4 here, Brock, and they're going to have a tough decision to make on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Ward. And he has the Tennessee touchdown. The Titans finish up an excellent opening series. All right, so nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin the season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will, but I don't know. I got that PKO just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, but you can't start much better than that.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
Dude, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opening, right, week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Nix off the play action. Chasing out to his right. Now he takes it.
I don't mind that scramble at all, okay? It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
And finds his man, Ingram. Fake the handoff. Now Nix. Complete to Troutman. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. The Titans are leading so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it on 2nd and short. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for Broncos. First down.
So read here, this is Dobbins. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you want to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. They stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Straight ahead. Here's Dobbins. That's room into the secondary. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the 1st and goal.
That's another Broncos first down.
Power with the big tight end. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Will Lutz now on for the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Oliver with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Titans offense after the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the buildings.
That's good.
1st and 10 here. Ward. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd. Out of the shotgun. It's Ward. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Setting up the screen, it's Pollard. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. On coming now from the Titans on this 4th down. On comes Johnny Hecker. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. for 2 in them. All right, Denver getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And we'll only get 3 here as we've reached the 2-minute warning. And we're still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Mile High in just a moment. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Man, it's Marvin Mims. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
A gain of 9.
So why is he staring at us?
Yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
On 1st down, it's Nix. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Titans will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. On the gun, it's Ward. Looking slant, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Gain of 11. And the Titans first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
And on 1st down, Ward. Finds him on the crossing route. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
Let's go, Nick.
Now Ward. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
He's back to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Down and 8 yards to go.
Design run, here's Nix. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. And he gets it away from his end zone. Hits the 40. He's all the way up to the 41. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Broncos. We send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our trip through the NFL starts now at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. It's the Saints at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the second-year man, Trey Benson. He's going to hustle his way to the end zone, 10 yards on the touchdown. The Cardinals come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts. They're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. And this is Nick Westbrook-Akine. They're going to air it out to him deep downfield, and he's right there to grab it. This will be an 83-yard catch and run for the touchdown. Lastly, let's go to Atlanta. It's the Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's a guy who took a big step forward last year, Bijan Robinson. 14 touchdowns last year. He's got his first of the season here. The Falcons wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, each team's been able to manage just one touchdown, 7-7 tied at the half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
is R.J. Harvey on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Denver off.
I totally want to meet Zekrom too. Yeah.
Now, does that mean you know about Zekrom's legend of the hero?
Legend of the hero?
Come on, Professor Juniper's dad, Cedric, told us about it.
How quickly we forget.
Pokemon mythology, language, section 18. When the hero turns darkness to light and his heart becomes one with Pokemon, at that moment, Zekrom is said to lend the hero's power.
Yeah, I remember it.
There's another legend as well. Section 18. But this is from the White chapter.
White chapter?
The legend says that when the hero's heart becomes one with the Pokemon, it is at that moment Reshiram will descend and lend the hero its power.
I know Reshiram and Zekrom are among the strongest of all dragon types.
So how did you become so interested in Reshiram and Zekrom? You see, I've had questions for a long time. Why are there Pokemon in our world? Why do they exist? Why is our world the way it is? Do we know if Pokemon are really happy? There are many conflicting ways of seeing things that are in gray areas. I can't accept that. I need to know that Pokemon's lives have meaning. Perhaps if I can meet the legendary Pokemon Zekrom and Reshiram, I can find some answers. Change the world. Sorry, I guess I got carried away.
Yeah, it's fine. Not that I understood everything he said.
But it's obvious how passionately you feel. Ash, would you mind telling me what your dreams are, please?
Sure, I want to become the greatest Pokemon master. I only made it up to the quarterfinal round at the Unova League in Burgess City. But I just know I'm going to win the next time I compete. Right, buddy?
Pokemon battles. I like the idea of forcing friends to fight.
What do you mean?
But you're a Pokemon trainer too, right? Let's drop it. Talking too much when I get worked up is a nasty habit of mine. Sorry.
Where are you going?
Is now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Play action with Nix. Comes the pressure, and he's going to be dropped by the Titans. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Brings up second.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Throwing the out route complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Titans in the nickel for third down.
Third and 12.
Throw here, third down. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Quandre Diggs with the INT. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Yo, how's it going?
Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? They want to look at the circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6.
Second and 6.
Ward setting the pass. Bails out of the pocket quick. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Broncos going nickel here, third down. Running for the first with Pollard. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. this across. Here's first and goal.
That's good. Florida Titans. First down.
Again, a run with Pollard. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
Taken down behind the line of
Back
scrimmage.
to the line they come, second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Here we go.
At the Broncos 7.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with third and goal.
Pass.
To the air with Ward. Pocket isn't moving up. They're able to drop it. Defensive down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal. Sly's kick is up and good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Harvey now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Broncos offense all set to go. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up third down.
You make that call, just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
It is caught left side. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough, and offensively,
This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off Brandon Jones. Will take over deep in enemy territory. He's out inside the 30 on the INT. Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Coming inside, handoff to Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. This pushes him back. Third down coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On third down, here's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Will Lutz getting the call on fourth down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie things up in the third. We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1 opener. When we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Now on the return, here's DK. He stopped on the run back to the 27. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
Stuck this one on the ground with Pollard. Up to the races, middle of the field. Hits the 20. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans take a fourth quarter lead. Tony
explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
Here's Slide to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Slide with the honors. Harvey now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So here comes the Bronco offense. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pockets, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Next from the gun. He finds Ingram working downfield here. He's going to have this one down to the 28. Pick up there at 39 yards. And it's going to be first down Denver. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Next quick out wide, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
On the pickup. It's second and 8.
Going with Dobbins here. And dodge the tackle. That'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, you get some serious.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos now trail by just a point in the 4th. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On return, here's DK. Pass makes it up to the 25. The Titans and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. Tennessee to the line, first and 10. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Last play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. All set to go now from the 35. Just down throw here for Ward. Oh no, they did it yet again! Talanoa Hufanga makes the play.
How many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. Now this offense has got a chance to do so.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Second and 3 now.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
Here's Nix.
Second and 3.
That's incomplete on second down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
He's stopped at the 31-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Nix off the play action. Davis down the right side. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a fourth-quarter lead. try his goodbye lots. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7.
Titans 17.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Oliver with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. Time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Titans to the line now. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. On the move, headed right. Ridley nicks the grab downfield. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A pick up there of 39. That's good for a Tennessee 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Allen to throw. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag.
Potential grounding. Offense.
No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he nailed that one.
Tag! Japanese, get the wolf.
He'll look to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Japanese. Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Looking to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete. He's looking for better help. So that brings up 4th and long.
Japanese.
Desperation time here. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 43. We're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A give to Dobbins.
Oh, whatever.
He is down at the 30-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Yards on the play. That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. A nice little run there, gets him 5. 2nd down upcoming.
The tackle made at the 24.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
So it's a win for the Broncos. Well, partner, long season ahead, but undoubtedly a good start here today. Getting the win in week 1.
Yeah, a bad start now on the other side can snowball on you. 1 loss into 2 into 3 and so on. If you get that early win, it can get you playing at a mid-season level in the early going.
Yeah,
of the
no,
season.
I'm definitely
And they do a
upgrading
really
like
good
my
start to
receivers and
talking
shit.
playoff hopes.